In the top stories, Foreign Affairs Minister welcomes South Korea trade delegation. Assault with intent to rob incident being investigated, and capture and sale of marine turtles prohibited by law. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
In cricket, there are a few essentials: a bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, recently welcomed the visit of Chairman of the Korea International Trade Association and Presidential Envoy of the Republic of Korea, Christopher Koo. Mr. Koo led a 16-member delegation on a 3-day visit to St. Kitts and Nevis, consisting of business CEOs and high-level directors of Korean institutions. Dr. Douglas said he was happy that the Republic of Korea, quote, saw it fit to engage with St. Kitts and Nevis, end quote, especially having due regard for shared values. Dr. Douglas further shared the government's vision for a sustainable island state, which included the transition to renewable energy, infrastructure development, and human capital development, healthcare, and information and communication technologies. He referenced projects such as the Green and Smart Hospital, solar panels, and solar energy, and as key examples of these pillars in the transition to becoming a sustainable island state. He also reiterated support for the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index, MVI, as a more suitable criterion and requested support in championing the MVI from the Republic of Korea. Mr. Koo invited Dr. Douglas on behalf of his president to visit Korea to attend the upcoming high-level meeting slated for August 2023. The police are investigating an incident in which a masked assailant attempted to rob a woman of her bag in the camps area. According to the police, sometime after 11 p.m. on Saturday, March 11th, a masked assailant approached the woman who was walking towards her home and demanded that she hand over her bag. The assailant attempted to take the bag away. The woman resisted and screamed for help, and the assailant fled the scene. Nothing was taken from the victim, nor was she injured during the incident. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. The police are asking persons with information about the incident to contact the Bastia Police Station at 465-2241, the nearest police station, or the crime hotline at 707. The Ministry of Agriculture is urging the general public to follow the laws which regulate the capture and sale of marine turtles. The Fisheries Regulations 2002 state that between February 1st and October 1st of each year, no one shall remove from the Federation's fishery waters or at any time have in his or her possession, sell, purchase, or promote for sale any turtle or part of a turtle. The law also forbids the removal, purchase, and sale of turtle eggs or undersized turtle. It also forbids persons from interfering with any turtle nest or any turtle that is nesting, or setting a net or other device for catching turtles within 300 yards of the shores of St. Kitts and Nevis. This comes as reports have reached the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources that sales of turtle meat have been reported within the prohibited period. The federal parliament will seek to table several legislations in 2023 aimed at further protecting consumers in St. Kitts and Nevis. That's according to the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, Minister of Consumer Affairs, during his address for Consumer Awareness Week, which will run from March 12th to 17th.
And so the Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce, and Consumer Affairs places a high priority on the overall satisfaction of the consumers in our federation. Therefore, in 2023, your ministry, and by extension the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, will proceed with the reintroduction of the CARICOM Consumer Protection Bill for its first reading within our National Assembly of our Parliament. This would begin the national consultative discussion among our population.
The revised Treaty of Chaguaramas establishing the CSME provides for action to promote and protect the interest of consumers within the member states. Dr. Douglas said that the CARICOM Consumer Protection Bill will form part of the discussion in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Then, the government will endeavor to have the CARICOM Consumer Protection Bill pass through all of the required readings and stages towards its adoption in this year, 2023. Having completed this process, the Federation will then transition into the modern era of consumer protection, offering the Consumer Affairs Department greater legislative scope to issue citations for infractions, which will redound to the benefit of our consumers here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I want to emphasize that consumer issues, they are multifaceted. Therefore, special attention must be given to raising the level of public awareness in relation to the consequences of a business model which results in adverse effects for our environment and, by extension, our planet Earth.
Dr. Douglas noted that the Consumer Affairs Department, quote, will continue to provide information to better protect consumers in the Federation as they undertake transactions in the marketplace while lending support to the formulation of public policy which will support the development of sustainable consumer goods, end quote. After the break, Agriculture Minister pleased with the large number of Nevisians showing interest in the new broiler industry, and Sir Kennedy remembers Uriel Swanston. Stay with us.
Here are your Horseman's Value Mart IG specials.
Running March 9 to the 23rd.
Now your Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential everyday breadcrumbs, just $6.99. Essential everyday shredded and chunk cheeses, just $8.49. Essential everyday applesauce bowls, $11.99. Essential everyday instant puddings and gelatins, $4.49. Purex detergent, $14.99. Essential everyday trash bags, $21.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. IGA and essential everyday peanut butter, $9.99. IGA and essential everyday vinegar, white 5%, $5.99. Essential everyday pasta, $4.99. IGA and essential everyday cream cheese, $6.49. Mueller's lasagna, $6.99. Soft soap liquid hand soaps, $5.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit or black cards can do.
Mimi, what's that song?
It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Welcome back. Minister of Agriculture in the Nevis Island Administration, Honorable Eric Evelyn, says he's heartened by the high level of interest shown by Nevisians to get involved in the poultry industry being established by the government. The Ministry of Agriculture recently held a public forum at the Red Cross Building conference room on March 8th for persons who registered their interest in the new industry. The minister chaired the meeting along with Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Huey Sargent, and the Director of Agriculture, Mr. Randy Elliott, fielding questions such as accessing financing, the reliability of feed, and supplying of hatchlings. The Deputy Premier said he was encouraged by the presence of a number of women, younger persons, and individuals not previously associated with agriculture or poultry production. This, he said, gives the NIA even more motivation to speed up the process of creating this new industry on Nevis. Premier Honorable Mark Brantley earlier outlined how establishing a local broiler industry would create employment and revenue, reduce the amount of chicken and chicken products imported into the Federation, and create a niche market for Nevis as a supplier of replacement birds for neighboring islands. The NIA has already purchased a bird processing plant at a cost of US $260,000, which has the capacity to process 700 to 800 birds per day. The equipment is scheduled to arrive in Nevis within the next few weeks. National hero and former Prime Minister Sir Kennedy Simmons is remembering the late NRP politician Uriel Swanston as a man of the people. In an interview with ZIZ, Sir Kennedy said Mr. Swanston was described as a people's man and as such reflected the will and needs of the people.
He, in his normal everyday life, in his normal everyday demeanor, reflected the feeling, right, the emotion, the understanding of the people whom he served. He was a man given to service.
Sir Kennedy described Mr. Swanston as a genuine and down-to-earth person, which was reflected in his manner of speech.
When Uriel Swanston spoke, right, just normal thing, or even, especially in Parliament, people stopped to hear him. I always like to hear Sir Swanston. He was not a man given to flowery or erudite language. He spoke about things as he saw them. What you see is what you get. That was how Uriel Swanston was.
He said he particularly remembered that Mr. Swanston was very passionate about the basic needs of Nevisians.
The things he was concerned about, he talked about the roads, Nevis, and how awful they were. The next thing, I think, was water. When Swanston, in his early days, was in an environment in which people had to walk, some people had to walk 2 miles to get a bucket of water. I don't think it's easy for people to nowadays to quite understand that.
Mr. Swanston, a founding member of the Nevis Reformation Party, served in government from 1984 to 1995. In 1980, he became a member of the PAM-NRP coalition government led by Sir Kennedy Simmons. He was awarded the Companion of the Star of Merit on National Heroes Day, September 16, 2021. He passed away at the age of 86 on the 8th of March in New York City. The Public Works Department's Roads Division is advising the public that its asphalt plant is currently under repair and is scheduled to be completed by the end of March. This plant has been in use by the department for over 11 years, and in November 2022, the plant was assessed and calibrated by a technician from Asphalt Drum Mix. The assessment determined that the plant needed significant repair. Currently, welding and electrical repair work is underway. The management of the Public Works Department has received several complaints regarding the poor condition of roads in a few communities throughout St. Kitts. The Roads Division says the roads repair team is aware of this and has assessed a number of roads. Addressing the National Assembly on Tuesday, Minister of Public Infrastructure, Honorable Congress Maynard, asked the general public to be patient and to drive with caution. He said that as soon as it is functional, the road maintenance program will begin. The Hero CPL, Massey WCPL, and SkyX 60, three cricket tournaments that took place in St. Kitts and Nevis in August and September 2022, are said to have generated a huge economic impact for the Twin Island Federation. According to a release on Monday, tournaments created a total economic impact of US $40.5 billion. The results were primarily driven by the Hero CPL matches, but also by the hosting of the 60 in St. Kitts and Nevis, with this tournament alone accounting for more than US $10 million of the overall economic impact figure. This figure was generated by independent, world-renowned research company YouGov Sport. This figure takes into account the total spent to put on the three tournaments, the value of media exposure for the country from the broadcast of matches, and the money spent with local businesses by those who traveled into St. Kitts and Nevis for the tournament. The total viewership for the 2022 Hero CPL was a record 721.8 million, a record for the tournament. Pete Russell, Hero CPL's CEO, said, quote, St. Kitts and Nevis has been a fantastic host for the Hero CPL over the years, and it is very pleasing to see such an impressive impact on the Federation's economy. Even more exciting is seeing the launch of new tournaments in St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly the SkyX 60. We would be delighted to see Warner Park become the home for the 60 for years to come, end quote. Coming up in regional news, Cuban Medical Brigade returns from Turkey.